I made a 7'3" stretch big with an uncontestable jump shot on NBA 2K24. No matter what shot you take on this build, you are going to be shooting over people in this game. But with all that being said, man, today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make this 7'3" stretch big, and I'm going to give you the best big man jump shot at NBA 2K24 all in one video. With all that out of the way, man, let's get started, man. Let's go. All right, so when it comes to the my player settings for this build, we're going to be going with the height 7'3", weight 234 pounds with a 7'3" wingspan. And then starting things off in the finishing, we're going to have a 92 close shot, which is going to get you hook specialist on Hall of Fame with this build. You're also going to have a 70 driving dunk as well as an 81 standing dunk, which is going to get you a bunch of really great dunk packages, which include basic big man standing contact dunks, as well as the Karl Anthony Towns dunk package, which is one of my personal favorite dunks in this game. And you're also going to have a 90 post control, which is going to get you post spin technician on Hall of Fame, post fade phenom on Hall of Fame, and you're just going to be dominant out of the post on this build. But speaking of all that, let's take a look at it right now. In the post, backing the guy down, hit him with the post hook. You cannot contest post hooks in this game. No matter how many years we go into 2K, post hooks are still going to be amazing. Take a look at this right here. We're going to hit him with the post hook fake, go into the up and under, get him jumping. That's a foul and one. That's another thing that's really nice when having this high close shot. You can really fake shots, go for up and unders, and get the and one a lot. Look at this deep hooks on this build. That's beyond the free throw line post hook. That is insane. Now, not only do you have the hooks, but you have the fades as well. You can hit a lot of post fades and post hop shots on this build because you get fade phenom on Hall of Fame. You have blinders and dead eye on gold. You're just going to be an insane player out of the mid post on this build, and you can still attack in the low post as well with that high standing dunk, plus having post spin technician on Hall of Fame. All right, so now moving on to the shooting, we're going to have a 90 mid-range shot as well as an 85 3-point shot, which is absolutely insane to get on a 7'3" center. You get bronze limitless range on this 7'3", which is crazy. And you're also going to get blinders and dead eye on gold, open looks on gold, mini magician on gold. You're going to have so many great shooting badges on gold, and then you still have the post game, the midi bag. You're just going to be able to do a whole lot on this build on offense. All right, so now moving on to the shooting highlights, man. Listen, you're going to be able to do so much damage on this build shooting wise, whether it's your standstill threes, your shot hunting in the mid-range area. And things become even easier if you hit starter three like I did and you get that Kevin Durant dribble pull-up. I mean, look at that. Do you even think that you could contest that when a 7'3" is using it with gold blinders and gold dead eye too? Good, because I didn't think so either. You're going to be able to shoot over people, and you can still kind of move off ball. You could use that spot finder to your advantage. You saw it on the last play right here. Hit the two-step, gets to us late. Then we're going to shoot the buzzer beater midi fade, and again, it's going in. Can't get contested, bro. It is absolutely insane. Two-step again, wide open at the three, and you know that is going in. Come on. Now listen, man, when you get on a build like this, you got to learn how to use it to its maximum potential, okay? You got to get in the lab. You got to learn how to time all these different shots, the fades, the shots off the move, like moving off ball and stuff. Like, there's a lot that you need to learn, but if you can get this down packed and learn how to hit different types of shots off of the dribble with this build, you're going to be unstoppable. Because a lot of people that I see play on stretch bigs, they're just really good spot ups, and that is it. But once you start hitting the crazy stuff off the dribble, the step back middies, the fades, the step back threes, then you hit them in the post with the fades, the hop shots, the hooks, you're just gonna have a whole different skill set that a lot of centers are not ready to defend. And you have different ways to score against different types of builds. If you got a smaller, like 6'8", 6'9", hybrid back end type of player on you, you take them in the post, you dominate them there. You got a bigger player on you that's like 6'11", 7'1", you take them off the dribble in the mid-range area, and it is just a beautiful combination of shots that you can get to pretty much score on any person that is guarding you, that plays the 4 or the 5. But now here is the big part when it comes to this build, the jump shot. Base is actually going to be Michael Porter Jr., release 1 Tim Duncan, release 2 Franz Wagner. Now this shot was tested by 2K Toots, and it is one of the least contested jump shots, especially for big men in this game. Better than KD, Pascal, Jonathan Isaac, you name it, it's better than it when it comes to challenge reduction. And then this jump shot is also going to have an A+ speed, which is very nice to have with a good release height and defensive immunity. All right, so now moving on to the playmaking, we're going to have a 77 pass accuracy on this build, which is going to get you relay passer on silver as well as needle threader on bronze. And then a very important thing, you're also going to have break starter on silver. When it comes to the ball handle, we're going up to a 65, which is actually going to get me, because I have starter 3, I'm going to be able to use Giannis Antetokounmpo size of escape package on this build. You might not have that because you are not a starter 3, but that's why I went up to a 65. Then for the speed with ball, we ended up going with a 40, so we can get that normal dribble style, which I think you have to have on every build at least, okay? Because it is an absolutely insane dribble style that I don't think you should miss out on. Now, when it comes to the playmaking capabilities and the actual pass accuracy on this build, it's going to be perfectly fine. As you saw right there, we're playmaking out of the post, okay? You're going to be able to read defenses season, get into the wide open guy right here, taking the guy off the dribble, see the corner ready to pinch and blitz out the wide open corner shooter, and it is easy money. And again, here are all of the playmaking animations that I am using on this build, and a little bit of a disclaimer, there are going to be some animations that you see on the screen that you cannot use. Big ones that I see right here: KD hop jumper, KD dribble pull up, and Giannis Antetokounmpo size of escape package. Like I mentioned, those are animations that I unlocked from hitting starter 3, so if you cannot have access to those, that's tough. But now let's move on to the defense on this build. All right, so now for the defense on this build, you're going to get an 82 interior for post move lockdown on silver, a 63 perimeter defense, a 77 block for bronze anchor. Since you are too slow on this build, there's no reason to go up to 78 to get silver chase down artist, because you will not meet the speed requirements. And for offensive rebound, we're going with a 61 and an 85 defensive rebound, old box out beast, as well as silver rebound chaser. Now listen, man, a lot of people freak out when they see that silver rebound chaser, but I need you guys to understand something that is perfectly fine if you understand how to properly box out. Boxing out is more important than anything else when it comes to rebounding. If you secure that box 9 times out of 10, you're going to get that rebound regardless of what your rating is. Make sure you're hitting that left trigger and you're ready to throw some ass to get that box out, okay? But now here is a full screenshot of the build. As you can see with the physicals, we're also going to get an 84 strength on this build, which gets you silver immovable enforcer, silver bulldozer, and like I mentioned, you're also going to get gold box out beast on this build, which is a very nice badge to have. Now let's say for some reason you do not want to make a 7'3", they're just too slow, they're not the meta, you want to make something shorter like a 7'1". Well, here's the perfect build for you. Here is a 7'1" version of the build that you can make that is very similar in a lot of ways, but it is going to be faster, it's going to be a little bit more meta, so it's not going to be as big of a, well, it's not going to be slow, basically. It's just what it boils down to. You're also going to get 90 standing dunk on this build, which is going to get you the elite big man standing contact dunks, which is actually really nice to have this year, especially with that standing dunk meter. You have the 90 post control, 92 close shot. Now with this version of the build, you're going to have a 93 midi, which is going to get you catch and shoot on Hall of Fame, as well as midi magician on Hall of Fame, which are very nice things to have. Still get that 85 3-pointer. You can't go up to 86. You don't get any badges from it, but just to upgrade it, just one attribute point, it does not hurt. Pass accuracy is still the same, and pretty much everything on the defensive end is still the same with this build. If you wanted something that's a little bit more mobile, gets a little bit more attributes maybe, but you know, it's just not 7'3". That's the main reason I made this build, was just to make a 7'3" build, just to see what it was like. And yeah, it was still very fun. I still recommend people to try it out, at least if you have a little bit of spare VC to make a build. But yeah, if you want to make something safer, definitely go 7'1". Now going back to the original build, you can kind of see the differences between the two builds right here. But now let's talk about the shades up on this build, which are actually kind of fire. You are going to get these shades of Kristaps Porzingis, Arvydas Sabonis, and Chet Holmgren, and you're going to get the build name, well, as you probably expect, you're going to get 3-level threat. Now this is actually going to be one of the last videos that I do like this on this channel. After this, we're going to be doing a lot more gameplay, so make sure to stick around for that. But as always, man, hope you guys enjoyed. I'm out. Peace.